Hey class, I'd like to take a minute and talk about frame safety with you and safety items and issues with the frame rack itself. And this is going to be with full frame vehicles and unibodies alike. And basically what you need to understand about the frame rack area is it is very dangerous. Most everything you work with is extremely heavy. And then as you're doing pulling techniques, as I'll instruct you in class, is when you definitely need to be cautious. Number one rule when you are pulling is to never be in line with the chains in the direction that they're pulling the traction on. You also have to be aware of where you have your tie down chains or where you have it tied down. If they were to break, which way are they going to go? It's very rare that a chain will break. In fact, these chains are hardly impossible, or nearly impossible to break, but it's the attachments themselves that usually give you trouble, or the metal that you're connected to. So as we're using different attachment techniques, such as the Moe clamp, which basically uses the leverage type pulling system, the harder you pull, the tighter it grips, they tend to tear the metal out, okay, and rip the metal out. So this can become a projectile, you know, a 7-8 pound projectile. So obviously that's something that we want to be aware of. Now, as I've shown you in the lab, when we are pulling, the chains, when you have them hooked up and you are making a pull, we want to lay a welding blanket or a heavy type blanket. A welding blanket works great to work as sort of a safety net in case a chain slips, a hook breaks, or anything like that. So that's the kind of the basic thing on the things you need to watch for. But let's take a look at some of the other equipment on the rack and on the wall that can be hazardous and things of that nature. So first off, the chains themselves are not just normal chains. These are actually rated pulling chains, and you want to make sure that they're in good shape. They're not bent, distorted, bent, and things of that, or even rusted extremely, and make sure that they're proper for the pull that you're using. All the chains we have here are high strength pulling type chains. Also, the type of equipment you put on the end, you want to make sure they are the type of clamps that are designed to be used for pulling. Be careful about making your own pulling attachments as such. Some of those, if they're not done properly, can be obviously very, very destructive. So as you see all the different clamps and attachments we have on the rack, the first thing you notice, obviously, they're big heavy steel items, and you're going to have to use extreme caution when you're using the frame rack. When you're underneath the rack, this is the rack itself. When you're underneath the rack, crawling around, I do want you to be careful, and it's a good idea. Put on the beautiful hard hat. That'll keep you from bumping your head on the bottom of the car. There's a lot of sharp things underneath the car. And that's a thing we want to do. Another thing we do in class when we are making a pull, you never will use the frame rack without Mr. Hunt or the instructor, hopefully it's me, with you, beside you, making sure that everything's correct, okay? And we also like to lock this door. I always lock this door so people don't walk through. And just to make sure that everybody's aware in the class that we are doing pulling. So you never be doing any pulling without my assistance, okay? So that's some basic safety tips I want you to understand about pulling. And obviously there's a lot more that we'll go through in class, but I wanted to give you a rough outline of some of the safety things. So there you go.